I want that nut. Written and illustrated by Madeline Valentine. I want that nut. Mouse and Chipmunk were playing together when they heard a kerplunk. They peeked through the bushes and saw a nut. A big, beautiful nut. You know what kind of nut that is? An acorn. Mouse looked at the nut. Chipmunk looked at the nut. Mouse and Chipmunk looked at each other. You take it. No, you take it. I insist. You should really take it. Well, I guess I did see it first. Okay, I'll take it. Chipmunk took the nut. Chipmunk and the nut were inseparable. They played together, they read together, they lay in the grass and stared at the clouds together. I want that nut. Mouse went to Chipmunk's house for a friendly visit. He very politely knocked on the door. Mouse, Chipmunk, and the nut sat down to tea. This is lovely, thank you. It's our pleasure. The nut and I are very happy that you stopped by. Oh, look, a dinosaur! Mouse took the nut. So Mouse tricked Chipmunk into looking one way and ran off with the nut. Mouse and the nut did everything together. They played tic-tac-toe together. They napped together. They were having a dance party together when there was a knock on the door. Who do you think it is? The visitor looked a little familiar. It's Chipmunk in a disguise. Hello, I am the judge of the most beautiful nut contest. You may have heard of us. Do you have a nut? Yes! Give me that nut. There is no beautiful nut contest. He's tricking him. Mouse paused. He looked very closely at the visitor. He handed the visitor the nut. There he goes. Chipmunk and the nut were having the best time together when Mouse stomped over. Hand over that nut. The nut is mine. They both said that at the same time. Actually, it's mine. Came from another page, off the page. It fell out of my tree this morning. I've been looking for it all day. Thank you for finding my nut. Goodbye. So who did the nut belong to? Squirrel. Mouse and Chipmunk sat down together. That got a little out of hand, didn't it? Yes, it did. I'm sorry I stole the nut. I'm sorry I stole the nut. Hey, look at this log. They're playing with the log. Mouse smiled at Chipmunk. Chipmunk smiled at Mouse. Mouse, Chipmunk, and the log had the best time together. There they are playing with the log. The end. So initially when the acorn fell out of the tree, I definitely thought that they were going to try to eat it, didn't you? But turns out they just wanted to have a friend. Even though they were obviously friends with each other, they wanted to have a nut to play with. And then who did that actually belong to? Squirrel. Yeah, so what happens at the end? They find a log and then they all three play together. But can a log or a nut really play? No. They're objects that can be played with, but those aren't living, right? So they aren't going to be playing.